on my batshit, an audience, a mic, and a bloodstained hatchet. These are my rhymes, they're full of depravity, drowning your ass like 2 scoops of gravity. So much spare, trauma and sadness staring you down, face first in a madness. All my life was anger and pain, it emptied my brain, barely left me half sane. They said what a waste, they said what a shame, so it's time. Today's June 13th, and welcome to the video blog. Bad lighting today. There, that's a little better. But now my hat's out of sync, out of shot. Yeah, terrible lighting today. That's probably, maybe I need to roll the window up. Or roll the shade up. Oh, that's much worse. You know what? I'll put it back down. Alright, so much for that. Maybe if I squeeze my face closer. Anyway, today we are going to discuss the newspaper. More to the point, the funnies. And how the funnies are not very funny. In fact, when I was a kid, I don't know how I actually enjoyed the funnies, because the funnies aren't funny. Like the Family Circus, I remember actually buying, having my mom buy me Family Circus books, not book, paperbacks with old bits in it. And I'm like, that's not it. It's so unfunny. I mean, it's not even like kitschy funny. It's not even. It's just horrendous. And in fact, almost all of the funnies are unfunny. In fact, the only funnies that I thought, I mean, this is when I had her give me the Family Circus, I was probably 5. And in fact, I probably didn't even have her give me the Family Circus. I'm probably misremembering. Because I read a lot of Mad Magazine books, too. And Spy versus Spy. But they weren't in the funnies, so they don't count. But the only good funnies was Calvin and Hobbes. I had all those books. And Bloom County, which was Doonesbury, but funny, and for normal people. And Mother Goose and Grimm, which was about Mother Goose. And what was Grimm? I think he was a cat. No, he's a dog. I don't know what he was, but he was funny. But yeah, there really were very few funny. The Far Side was funny too, but most stuff was unfunny. I mean, just blatantly unfunny. And then some of the stuff like Dondi or Apartment 3G, Winnie Winkle, who read that? Like, they were dramas. And you had to read them day after day to find out what was going to happen next on these exciting, or actually not exciting dramas. And first of all, if that's where you go for your dramatic activity, then maybe you need to be shot, or anally raped, or anally probed if there are aliens about. But certainly not allowed to circumnavigate the globe, or even breed. You should not be allowed to breed. In fact, my theory on breeding is this. Seriously, and I'm dead serious. I think everyone in America everyone in the world should be sterilized. Seriously, sterilize them. And then if you pass a test, a very comprehensive test, then you could be allowed to have kids. 1, maybe 2, 3, depending on how you do on the test. But no just having kids willy-nilly running about. And think how good it would be if everybody was sterilized. No more back alley abortions, no more day after pills, no more have to waste money on that, on Planned Parenthood, and all the accidents. Of course, I wouldn't have been born because I'm an accident, but that's all right though. But because I'd have made it somehow anyway. I was pretty determined. I was a determined little sperm. Yes, I was. Interestingly, I didn't even find out I was an accident until I don't know, maybe I was 45, something like that. I mean, not that that was probably about 35 years ago, because I think I'm 80 now. But, yeah, I didn't even find out till then. And the oddest thing, though, here's the odd thing about it. It's not that I even cared, but my mom goes, I thought you knew. I go, how would I know? She goes, well, you and your sister were born so close together. I'm like, that's how people had kids back then. So that was just, and my mom's a very smart lady. And, but she just assumed that because we were born, with very few time between us, that that I would have known I was an accident. But I'm a happy accident. And I made a lot of accidents too. In fact, if I don't make this podcast and go to the bathroom soon, I might have an accident. Anyway, back to the funnies. Oh, you know what else is in the funnies? The Jumble. Anybody ever do the Jumble? I just did the Jumble today just to prove I'm so much smarter than it. As I see, there I successfully jumbled. But look, they got black and white funnies here. It's a Tuesday paper from Palm Beach. I was down in West Palm Beach. It's the Palm Beach Post. See, there's the Tuesday funnies. And none of them were funny. Seriously. The closest thing to funny on this page was the Lockhorns, where the Lockhorn wife says, "I'm pretty sure there won't be a sequel called 50 Shades of Bald." That's passable, I suppose. Doonesbury never makes any sense, and it's not even funny. Then they have Mary Worth. Look at Mary Worth. Seriously, look at this. Wait, where's Mary Worth? Okay, right there. So it says, after Mary's visit, Eleanor has a dream. And it's right here. Right there. See, that's the funnies. A, it's not funny. B, it's not dramatic. C, it's kind of psychotic. And D, who really gives a fuck? Seriously, who gives a fuck? I don't give a flying fuck. That's even less of a fuck. Turn the page and we have colored funnies. Now see, in my day, only the Sunday funnies were in color. But I guess nowadays, a big hoity-toity rich man with the rich economy we have that is so depressed and horrendous and has bankrupted the world, and unemployment's like 10 or 12%, and only the rich are getting richer. But I guess they have enough money to make the Tuesday funnies in color. Huh. Although it is better in color. But then why are some of these in color and some are in black and white? So I don't know. Maybe Turner Classic Movies colored them. I don't know. So I read the funnies. For better or worse, not funny. Pajama Diaries, not funny. Dilbert, I can give it an amusing. Pearls Before Swine, it's got potential. Because it opens up with every major character in Pearls is currently in prison with the sole exception of Goat, who... Oh, that's an alarm going off. That's an alarm being shut off. So what I was saying is, in Pearls Before Swine, the first panel says every major character in Pearls is currently in prison with the sole exception of Goat, who isn't funny. So in lieu of a Pearls strip, Stefan will run an installment of his favorite online strip, Cyanide and Happiness, which I thought that was a good start. And then basically these two people that were drawn by somebody who's as bad an artist as me says, "I just fucked a bitch who licked my ass," or at least that's what I think it says, because it's all blacked out, and it says, "I just blank a blank who blanked my blank." Sounds like Match Game with Gene Rayburn and his long microphone. Anyway, so that's what I assume it means. I just fucked a bitch who licked my ass. And then the other person rejoins with, "Did you blank a blank of her? Did you blank a blank of blank in her blank? So did you shoot a load of cum in her ear?" Although why you would blank out shoot, load, cum, and ear, so maybe that's not it. Did you shit, let's see if I can figure this out. Did you shit a, no, that wouldn't be another word. Did you, I guess, okay, let's just say that cum is a censored word. Did you cum it just doesn't need another blank space there. So let's pretend that isn't. Did you cum a load? No, but that doesn't make sense. Of cum, it have to be of cum in her, let's say, vagina, in her pussy. So of cum in her pussy. Did you blank a blank of cum in her pussy? Did you fuck a fuck of pussy of cum in her pussy? It doesn't really work. But you get the point. And then on the next panel, now we see the regular characters at a strip, and the one guy says, well, because they're all in jail, they're behind bars, and it says, I sense a wee bit of censorship. And the other one says, well, we're in newspapers, gosh darn it. And then the next one says, whoa, 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 watch the language, Steph. And apparently Steph is a character in his own script because the guy named Stefan writes it, and he's surrounded by a bunch of animals. So, anyway, I think there might be some potential going only on the fact that I've never heard of it before and I've seen it once now, and just on the fact that they actually had a commentary about the major character in Pearls is in prison with the sole exception of Goat, who's not funny, so they went with something else. Freshly Squeezed, not funny. Zits, not funny. Baby Blues, not funny. Red and Rover, not funny. Beetle Bailey is still around and, oddly enough, still not funny. Baldo, not funny. Stone Soup, not funny. Now we'll go up the page. Garfield is still there, and I'll give Garfield amusing. Let's see Garfield today. My Uncle Forrest would say, before I even get into Garfield, I hate the voice of Garfield in movies and TV. That is not how he sounds to me. Garfield sounds to me like Groucho Marx. He does not sound like the guy who plays him, and I hate it whenever I see any Garfielding stuff on the television, or in the movies. Of course, not that I've ever seen that Garfield in the movies, but that's because he doesn't go to the theater near me. Anyway, Garfield says, and let me ask you, how many people think Garfield sounds like Garfield? I mean, is that what you think Garfield would have sounded like? Because it's not what I thought. Oh, I forgot, just in case, side profile of the pirate hat. I know people love that. All right. Garfield, his buddy Jim, I think, says, my Uncle Forrest would say, you can't know someone until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Now we go to the next, that was 2 panels, so let me rephrase. In panel 1, he says, my Uncle Forrest would say you can't know someone. Panel 2, until you've walked a mile in their shoes. Very dramatic. Panel 3, he had 300 pairs when they caught him. Garfield says that's about a 7 on the creepy scale. So see, they went for a double funny. They went for he had 300 pairs of shoes when they caught him. But he didn't say shoes because he was referring back to, so you know that's what he was referring to. And then Garfield hits a second funny with that's about a 7 on the creepy scale. All in all, not funny, but not pathetic. Get Fuzzy, horrendous. Rose is Rose. Well, not good. Mutz is awful. Blondie is still around and still just as rotten as ever. So I will give Blondie credit for having staying powder. Powder. He was that movie about that white kid who was like 12 and he was getting molested by the director or something. I don't know. I didn't see it. Anyway, I think he had superpowers in the movie and he got molested in real life. I don't know. Blondie, but I give him credit for having staying power because they've been around. There were actually movies back in the old days based on the Blondie comic strip, which is ridiculous. I guess not any more ridiculous than strips on Garfield, except that Blondie's not funny. Although for back then, it probably was funny. Curtis, not even close to funny. Sherman's, and I haven't even heard of half of these strips. So all of these strips have to be, minimum under 30 years old. Probably under 30 years old, which I guess is good because they got rid of a lot of the crap. But they've replaced it with more crap. So, whatever. Sherman's Lagoon seems to have potential. Not that it's funny, but the characters are drawn funny. And it's, I think the guy knows what amusing is. It's not his best bit, unless I hope it's not his best bit. But, it is what it is. Born Loser. That was Born Rotten. Sally Forth. Wow. That is just Winnie Winkle for... No, actually, it's not really... Now that I'm actually rereading it, It's not actually a Winnie Winkle dramatic piece. Let's see. Well, I can give it I give it the finger. Hager the Horrible is still around and still atrocious. Argyle Sweater. Huh, not good. And the Family Circus. Atrocious. Yes, it's atrocious. Now, I would like to have my own strip, The Family Circle Jerk, and but that would be too incestuous. But which, of course, is why it would be interesting. Anyway, that is it for the funnies. They also have a Sudoku and a crossword and a crypto quote and a crypto quip and the movies. Let's see what's playing at the movies. If I was going to the movies in West Palm Beach, let's see. What would I see? Hold on. Let's see what's playing. Okay, if I was in Boynton Beach, which is where I was, let's see. This Is the End. I want to see This Is the End. That looks hysterically funny. What else? Oh, Star Trek Into Darkness I saw. It was awesome. Awesome. It was brilliant. I don't know why anybody wouldn't like Star Trek Into Darkness. If they didn't like it, then they can... What can they do? They can... They can jump in a lake. They can take a long walk off a short pier. Or they can go fuck themselves. One of the three. Whatever is more in your... works for you. Although... I'd like to see a long walk off a short pier if the pier's on top of Mount Everest. That would be interesting. Now You See Me, I want to see that. The Internship, I want to see that, but I'll wait till that is on DVD or at the on Showtime or something. The Great Gatsby is The Great Crapsby. The Hangover Part 3 is should have been hung, and over Part 2 it should have been hung. Epic is Sipe backwards, whatever that means. And I don't want to see Epic. It's a cartoon. After Earth, I don't know. I don't want to see the Will Smith family. I liked Will Smith, but I don't like Jaden Smith. And why is he trying to, whatchamacallit, from his parents? He's trying to emancipate himself. The Emancipation Proclamation of Jaden Smith. Why is he doing that? Does he not like his parents? Personally, I think his parents are gay. I think Will Smith is a homosexual. I think Jada Smith is a lesbian. And the marriage is like a beard. It's like, it's good for him because that way people think he's married and he's not gay. It's good for her because people think she's not a lesbian and not gay as well. And I think it works out well. But, and not that I have anything against that. In fact, I wish Jada Smith wasn't a lesbian because she's hot. I'd do her. Will Smith, I wouldn't do. Although if I was gay, I would because he is kind of hot. But I'm not, but I think he is. Let's see. The Reluctant Fundamentalist, never heard of it. Renoir, that'd be about a painter, I assume. Never heard of it. Let's see what else. That's at the Artsy Fartsy Theater. Fast and Furious 6. Well, based on all the other Fast and Furious I've seen, well, then I'd have to not watch this one because I haven't seen any of the others. And I'd be afraid I wouldn't understand it. I'd be afraid there'd be like, I'd get there and they'd go, stuff would happen. I'd go, but I didn't see parts 1 through 5. I don't understand. Or not. Iron Man 3 I'd like to see. And The Purge, let's see. What else? What else is playing? If I do that noise for a really long time, no matter what my dog is doing, he will run over and come lick my face or stick his tongue down it. I love my dog. Anybody who doesn't love dogs is terrible. You're just a heinous person. And anybody who fights dogs should be shot. I think they should have to fight a dog. That's pretty much what's playing. Let's see. Oh, Dr. Seuss the Lorax. Oh, you know, I definitely don't want to see that. And And I guess that's it. Scatter my ashes at Bergdorf's. Oh, that's definitely a chick flick that I will not be flicking with a chick. Whatever that means. Anyway, that's that for the newspaper. Now I got newsprint on my fingers. I hate that. I hate reading a newspaper because of that simple fact. I hate newsprint on my fingers. And as Richard Dreyfuss would say in The Goodbye Girl, and I don't like the panties on the shower. If you've never seen the movie The Goodbye Girl, then you have no idea what I'm talking about. And you'd think, why don't you like the panties on the shower? And that would be a good question. But it was a famous movie that won an Oscar for Best Picture, I think. And I saw it with this really hot chick. And I got to third base with her in the theater when I was like 12 or something. I was the man. She was gorgeous, too. That was a box of hammers, but gorgeous. Anyway, I think that's about it today. I'm looking around my desk area, and there's nothing that's making me think of anything importante. So, that'd be it. Thank you for tuning in. Continue to watch. There's been some technical difficulties. There's been some a death in the family. There's been a lot of stuff going on, and so that's why there wasn't a podcast last week. Also, why the pixelated media that we started with isn't back online yet, I guess, or maybe it is, but I haven't had time to get with them. A lot of stuff going on, but hopefully we will get this into a full, NMS commentator hasn't been here. We will get this into a full-blown operation sooner or later, but hey, the fact that this is like my 1, 2, 3, 4, this is like my 5th out of 6 weeks, that's fantastic. I mean, the odds of me doing 5 of these in 6 weeks were astronomical if anybody would have bet. I mean, if you bet that I would do that, then you are betting the longest of long shots that you lengthily could bet. You were betting to Johnny Holmes the length of his penis long shot. I mean, that's how long this thing was. And same with Milton Berle. He had a huge penis. Why do I care? I don't know. But just seeing Uncle Milty with a huge penis is funny. Funny is funny. Words with a K in it are funny. Ask any vaudevillian, he'll tell you. Words with a K are funny, like OPEC. OPEC's got a K in it. Anyway, I'm done. I am out of here. Bye-bye and bye bonds. Not Barry Bonds, because he already has enough money. Thank you. Good night. And so long. C'est la vie. Auf Wiedersehen. Ciao. Bon voyage. And so forth.